Hey, what's up guys? This is BornForPvM and welcome to my C1's guide for Dungeoneering. Now in this guide I will try to show you the fastest methods for C1ing, which is a requirement if you wish to level up your Dungeoneering level, at least efficiently anyways. So yeah, C1s are a big part of Dungeoneering, and I will also try to give you some really helpful tips if you already know how to C1 that will speed up your C1s even further. Okay, so before I go on to the guide, I'll explain a few things about C1s. First off, what does C1s mean, or what is C1ing? C1s is a type of floor template that will always be complexity 1 floor size small. When doing C1s, your main priority is getting the low EXP rewarding floors out of the way as soon as possible, regardless of how much EXP you get during them. Due to the way Dungeoneering training works, it's actually much faster overall EXP to do the low EXP rewarding floors on easy settings, which in turn will speed up the floor but grant less EXP, and then do the higher EXP rewarding floors on hard settings, which will in turn slow down the dungeon, that specific dungeon, but it will grant much more EXP. It's an exponential EXP boost, and I'm not going to go into how exactly Dungeoneering mechanics work, since this guide is mainly for people who already know how they work and they just want to know how to do C1s faster and more efficiently. Now you may be wondering what floors you should C1, and that is all dependent on your Dungeoneering level. So I'll just give a few examples. At level 120 Dungeoneering, players will C1 floors 1 through 29. And at level 80, players will also C1 floors 1 through 29. So it doesn't change. Once you get to level 80, it will not change what floors you should C1 all the way up to 120 Dungeoneering and beyond. But for like lower levels, like I would say it depends on the EXP rates you're getting and what kind of teammates you have that will, like let's say you have a team that will do, like they'll always do floor 15, like, or abandons rather. They can always do floor 12 through 20 with you, and your max floor is 20, then you would want to C1 all the way up to 11. But if you've got a team that'll do 6 through 20, I mean, it's there's too many variables for me to actually give you a specific amount. But I know at level 80 you want to do 1 through 29, and I would say about maybe half to 75% of your lower floors should be C1'd, or you can do mediums. So yeah, anyways, let's get on with the actual C1 part. I've just been explaining too much about C1s and like what ones you should do, and you should already know all of that. Oop. Oh my god. Let's see, who is it? It's Jesus again. One sec, I gotta take this. Okay, sorry about the slight interruption there. Now you may be wondering where, or rather what world should I find C1s in, because you're gonna want to do it just like everything else in Dungeoneering. You want to do it with a team because it's faster with a team. And so you may be wondering what world. Now 77 is a really good world for finding C1 partners, and so is 67 for the more experienced Dungeoneering players. At least they try to keep World 67 like noob free, I guess you can say. But 77 would be your best bet if you're not a pro. And so let's go ahead and log in here, and I'll show you how you can find a C1 team rather quickly. So there's two ways: you can recruit, or you can get recruited. So go ahead and you want to look around. You want to have your public chat on, obviously, and look around for people saying anything about C1s. The best team that you can find is someone saying this exact thing. I'll put a text on screen saying what it would be so you can see more clearly. But it would be C1s plus X amount of people plus laws. Now that basically means that you must have law runes bound in order to join their team. And what that means is it's a lot quicker. I will explain this when I actually go into the actual dungeon. But anyways, let's find it. Is there anyone here that is doing C1s currently? I'll see just to... Okay, so I can't find anyone doing C1s at the moment. So if that's the case, then you want to just recruit yourself. So what you want to say is you want to start up your floor, or not your floor, sorry. You start up your party. And obviously I need 4 more people. So you want to say, if you need 4 more people, you'd say C1s plus 4 plus laws. And basically, you must have laws bound. Also, if you're the host, you can kind of speed up the dungeon by having lag. You can kind of speed up the dungeon by having cosmics bound. So anyways, let's go ahead and see if we can find a team. So C1s plus laws, C1s plus 4 plus laws. And if I were to have like 3 people in my party, including myself, I'd need 1 person, so I'll do that. And then I'll just wait for someone to trade me. You can also stand in the open so they can find your name easier. Or you can say your name. So for me, it would be BornForPvM. C1 plus 4 plus laws. And then do like a little dash or whatever. Anything you want to do, really. Or you can just message some of your friends. So And okay, so we've got our team now, and I'm going to explain 3 different ways of doing C1s or completing floors 1 through 29, assuming you're 80 plus Dungeoneering. So the first one we have, which is going to be hosting. So right here, go ahead and start the floor. We've got 5 people, a full party. You don't have to do it with 5. I'll just start on floor 2, even though you should be starting on floor 1. Go to over here, go to 1. Instead of out of all these, you got to pick 1. Confirm. And then over here, you want to do 1 right here. And make sure, yeah, okay, so now it's basically meant for 1 person, and you've got 5 people in the party, so it's going to be really quick and easy. If you're the host, what you want to do is find the nearest key door. Right here is the nearest key door, and you're going to stand here. Oh, he has opened it, so you want to go to the nearest key door after another key door gets opened, go to the nearest key door. And basically, this is only for the host. The other 4 players, I'll show that perspective after this one, will be running around completing the dungeon. And basically, they have law runes bound, so they can teleport to you, because right now you don't have a group gatestone, but you are the group gatestone if you're the host. And basically, you'll follow. I mean, right now it's not a good example because the dungeon's not splitting up. Okay, so we started a new dungeon, so I could show you basically, it's called the swap method, and often C1s will split up, and you'll have to basically door stand while they explore a section of the dungeon, and basically while they're exploring that section of their dungeon, of this dungeon rather, they have a possibility of opening a room that has not only a key in it, but a key door. Now what that means is it's most likely that the key that they found on the floor will not open the door that they just discovered, and it will be to the door that I was standing at, which has just happened right there. However, instead of finding another key door, which as you can tell it's a dead end, as I'm showing on the map, but if it were to be a key door, they would say in public chat swap, and what I would do is run to their key door right as they tell it to me. They would open up that door just as they did, and I would continue to run over here to this key door, if there were a key door here, which there isn't, but I mean if there were, and then I would basically just door stand at this room while they open up whatever they just opened, and when they get done opening it, they'll obviously find another key that would lead to the door right here. I'm just imagining all this, obviously I'm trying to put an image in your head, and basically they would just tell you to me and open this door, and it saves a lot of time because now instead of us all having to run back, they can just instantly tell you to me, which hence why it's required that you have law runes, at least if you're an attacker. Okay, so we started once again another dungeon, but this time I'm not the party leader. As you can see, he is, and he's going to stand at that door, and I have laws bound, so I can always tell you to him. And what the attackers do is we put on turmoil, and we also, it helps if you do have a Shadow Silk Hood binded, is to take it off because it lowers your offensive stats, so it just slightly helps you during the dungeon. Also leave turmoil on, as I just said, and don't worry about food or anything. It doesn't matter if you die, because again, you're not doing C1s for EXP, you're doing them so you can you know, reset as soon as possible, so you want to just do it fast. No, don't swap. Alright, anyways, so basically we're gonna explore the dungeon while the keyer while the host, I mean, just waits at one of the key doors. As you can see, I just found it, and then I'm gonna tell him, basically I'm gonna tell him to swap, and now I tell it to him, and he's gonna run over there. Alright, and he's running, he's booking it. He's gonna go to the other key door, which is way over here, while we open up this area. And come on, spam click. And now we're going to find another key here, and now instead of having to run all the way back, we can just telly right there. See, that's the whole purpose of having laws right there. Okay, so it's really important that as soon as the boss dies, you end as quickly as possible. Go ahead and spam click that. Oops, it's kind of glitched and didn't let me walk. There we go. And now right out here at the top right corner, you want to go ahead and go there. Make sure you click your own button. Now I want to note, if you don't click the right button, there will be like a 3 to 5 second delay before you can click any other button, and it will actually register as you clicking it. So yeah, do not click the wrong button. It's best if you just take a second to get the proper click. And one last thing I can mention about C1s, and that is using a blood necklace helps a lot, especially on Stomp, which is a pain in the ass. So yeah, if you do have a blood necklace, you're going to be doing a lot better on C1s than people who don't have them. However, I wouldn't you know, use that as your only reason or excuse to have one binded. But blood necklaces are also helpful for larges as well, so I mean, if you come across one, I would bind it if I were you, but it's all your decision, I guess. Anyways, that's it for the C1s. However, I will show you the C2 kind of thing, where you kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone by getting fishing EXP whilst getting rid of the low level floors. Okay, and there's one last method of getting rid of your lower level floors, such as 1 through 29 if you're 80 plus Dungeoneering, and that is known as C2 fishing. Now basically what it is you're going to get like one of the fastest fishing XP rates in the game, if not the fastest, while also canceling your lower level floors, such as floors 1 through 29. So it's killing two birds with one stone. Overall, it's so much more efficient than just doing barbarian fishing and then doing C1s with a team. However, if you like have 99 fishing or you have no goals of getting your fishing up, then I would obviously just do C1s with a team like I showed previously. Now, I'm not going to do a super extensive guide on this. However, there is a very extensive guide on RuneShark's channel. It's by Kieran, otherwise known as Fairy Tales, and they uploaded it on their channel because it was really good. And so if you want to go check that out, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a summary of C2 fishing, and if you determine that you want to do that to get rid of your C1s, then you can go to their channel and check out the extensive guide so you can do all the fastest ways of getting EXP and stuff like that, like dropping the fish and that kind of thing. It's just real complex. And I've never really done C2 fishing. I'm more of an AFK kind of person. So yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and start a floor. And you want to go to C2. Remember, not C1, C2 if you're going to do the fishing method. Trade the rewards trader. You don't want to sell. You want to sell all the crap. Well, you can drop the runes because they take longer to sell. But you want to sell all the crap besides your bow and arrows. And then you want to buy a fishing rod and some feathers. And then just basically complete the dungeon unless you find a fishing spot, which I believe fishing spots are about like a 1 in 3rd chance or something. I don't really know actually. Okay, so we've came across our first fishing spot so far, and it's only one fishing spot. However, it'll still work. Also, I want to mention that for C2 fishing, it would be beneficial to have Cosmics Bound instead of Law Runes. Because yeah, you can make your own group gatestone, or you can make your own gatestone, but there is no group gatestone for C2s or C1s. I don't know about C3s or anything, but anyways, so yeah, just fish in the spot. If it runs out before, you can just drop the fish as you run. You can also sell them to the rewards trader, or you can log out and back in, and it'll drop all your items. But you will have to pick up like the fishing rod and the feathers after you log back in. And also, it's preferred that you do this with a partner. Someone preferably with the same or close to the same fishing level as you. It has to be within the same bracket at least, which would be you both either have to be 70 plus, 80 plus, or 90 plus. You don't want someone who's level 70 and then level 90 fishing, or else the guy with level 90 fishing is going to get a lot slower EXP per hour than and also the guy with 70 fishing is going to get no EXP because all of them are going to be like cave morays, which you can't fish at level 70. Anyways, so yeah, that's about C2 fishing. Here's some more spots. If you do come across a fishing spot that's like got monsters around it, but it's not a GD, this happens to be one, but if it's not, then you do want to clear it, I guess, so you're not getting constantly attacked. It's really up to you, I guess. Anyways, yeah, if you want to learn more about the C2 fishing method, I would go check out the guide on RuneShark's channel. Like I said, I'm no expert at this, and if you do happen, I'm just showing you a summary of it, and if you do happen to like this method, then definitely go check out the guide.